And today I want to share with you what makes this specialty so unique and why you might want to consider it for your own career. So what is orthopedic oncology? I'm sure all of you know that already by now. It's a specialized field focusing on bone and soft tissue tumors. They may be benign, malignant. It involves a lot of complex surgeries, which are primarily today limb salvage surgeries. There's a lot of reconstruction happening, and there's a lot of advancement happening in reconstruction. And all of this is possible today because today we have survival rates for primary sarcomas, which are going as high as 70 to 80%. So this specialty is crucial because it significantly impacts the outcomes and the quality of life for the patients who are surviving this disease. And that is where all the advancements in treatments, technology, research is constantly evolving. And that is offering new challenges in innovation and a lot of opportunities to take on this field as a career option. So the armamentarium for an orthopedic oncologist is always long bone defects, and they may be reconstructed with implants, allografts, recycled tumor bone, 3D printing. You have all of that and you name it. But this is the era of limb salvage surgery, like I said, and that has what has revolutionized orthopedic oncology. So access to navigation is improving surgical outcomes in tumor removal. Access to 3D printing, we have patient-specific instrumentation, we have patient-specific implants, we have custom manufacturing units. And because of all of that, today orthopedic oncology is believed to be the fastest evolving super specialty in orthopedic surgery. So I chose orthopedic oncology because of my passion to help patients with challenging conditions. I mean, all problems are challenging, but this is what I was exposed to during my residency. This took my interest, seemed to be the most interesting field for me, the most challenging field for me 10 years back, and regaining the mobility of a patient who has had 20 centimeters of a femur removed, giving quality of life, and then seeing that patient at follow-up surviving a malignant sarcoma. That was my invaluable experience, which gave me the interest into orthopedic oncology, and that is why I term my journey as the fatal attraction. Once I spent time in orthopedic oncology, I didn't want to do any other specialization. But like I say, the true test of your interests are confirmed, whether you really like orthopedic oncology or not, is only after you've experienced a pelvic sarcoma surgery. Okay, so look at this picture. This is 15 hours of surgery. 5 teams are required to remove a tumor in the pelvis. You can see the intestines, you can see the liver somewhere, you can see some ribs, chest, abdomen, everything is open, and it's not easy. So 15 hours later, when the tumor is out, you're sweating, that is when you have to think about reconstruction. So whether you love it or you hate it, this is the scene that you will see if you take orthopedic oncology. And the key aspects of your training will teach you all of this. It will teach you strong diagnostic skills. It will teach you management of complex cases. It will teach you advanced surgical techniques. It will teach you limb salvage, reconstruction. But if you don't enjoy it, you will just be holding a retractor for 15 hours. And another common sight in orthopedic oncology theaters, lots of blood, lots of mops. I have not put a photo of me in a gown, fully covered in red. So it's a lot of multidisciplinary work. It's not only working with the clinicians, it's working with the OT staff, with the anesthetist, with the blood bank, with the patient, their relatives, to arrange requirements for blood, getting them prepped for surgery. All of that is important to have a successful outcome in orthopedic oncology. However, now that the tumor is out, you've toiled through the resection. This is now the reconstruction, the fascinating part. And that is the real challenge, which is the fun, which all orthopedic surgeons strive for. So you have a diverse range of options. You have growing implants. You have rotating hinge implants. You have 3D printed custom patient-specific implants. You have cutting guides. You have access to a metal 3D printer, so you can print titanium and implant that straight into the patient. And the list is endless, and that is what is fascinating, and that is where this field is evolving continuously today. So all of this requires a good mentor, and mentorship has been very vital in my career. And the reason I strive to be here is because I hope to be a mentor for any young budding orthopedic surgeon who is deeply inclined to take on orthopedic oncology, and more importantly, to give up all the other specialties in orthopedics. Because if you choose orthopedic oncology, you have to have a knowledge about all the specialties, but it's unsure if you'll be able to practice them as a specialist. Because it's important that you're in a collaborative environment, and your learning in orthopedic oncology is today only by engaging with professionals. There's no textbook, there's no fixed reading material. You meet, you talk, you understand, you evolve. And that is where the field is going today. Now, choosing the right center and the best training, it is important what your needs are. You need to find your own path. You need to know your own interests. There are several esteemed fellowship opportunities in India as well as abroad, which are accessible to Indian medical graduates. And these programs, all the centers listed here, they provide a comprehensive training. They are renowned in their field. All of them have a minimum 2-year fellowship in orthopedic oncology. It's a hands-on fellowship in India. And to my knowledge, all of these are high sarcoma centers. It's important that you select a unit which is a high sarcoma center. And if you ask me to define a high sarcoma center, it is a center which does more than 50 new sarcoma cases per year. Okay? After you have selected a center, my recommendation is you visit the center, you see what's happening there, what their research interests are, what their work culture is. Research is an integral part for orthopedic oncology because you will have the opportunity to participate in groundbreaking research. Whatever you come out from in 2 years of your fellowship might change the course of treatment for a particular tumor. And does that align with your interest? Because if not, then you're just going to be working there and you may not develop your own way of treating these patients. And after you have finished a minimum of 2-year structured Indian fellowship, all the speakers before me have said, start in India, start long in India, and then go abroad, because surgeries everywhere in the world are the same today. It's minor techniques, it's the protocols, it's bringing back those small niche points which improve your personal practice, your personal mindset. So, long hands-on in India, and then look for an international fellowship. The key point here is to look for a clinical fellowship, because clinical in the international fellowship world means hands-on. You're allowed to scrub in, you're allowed to perform your own procedures. It's hands-on with a research and clinical combined model, and it's for a minimum 1-year duration if you're looking at orthopedic oncology. So after you've done during your Indian fellowship, look for what kind of papers are coming out from the international publications that you are hoping to visit. Look at the research that they're doing. There's a particular tumor, there's a particular procedure that fascinates you, you want to go to a particular center for a particular reason. Start looking at reading those materials and contacting them. Every paper today has a paper for correspondence. It has an email for correspondence. Write to them. Tell them you read the paper and you're very fascinated and you want to come and visit. And that's how the whole journey starts. So coming to a true story, I rotated through orthopedic oncology rotation during my residency. Very early on, I was exposed to this field. I was probably naive and I was over fascinated, and then it stuck with me for the rest of my life, I guess. So that resulted in the fatal attraction. However, I was guided by my mentor to finish orthopedics, work in general orthopedics, rotate through all the specialties once again for a minimum duration, understand that I really want to pursue this, come back, visit another center, and know that I want to really pursue this before I take a deep dive. And I think I had made up my mind. I took the deep dive. I revisited orthopedic oncology for official training. I did nearly 3 years in India. And then I have had the opportunity to visit the top 2 in my bucket list. I was in Canada, Toronto for a year for a clinical fellowship at Mount Sinai Hospital. and I visited Birmingham for a short-term research fellowship. And hopefully I'll visit the third, like again, all my speakers have said, a couple of years into my practice when I need to refresh my skills and have some more collaboration with the Italian guys, I'll probably go there. So in short, orthopedic oncology is deeply rewarding. It's an impactful field. It's growing rapidly. And I encourage you to explore it further if it interests your career options. And thank you for your attention. We can take some questions in the panel.